This is Steve Koleno, and this is Confidential Remarks. For decades, the real estate industry relied on tools to assist professionals. Now that technology is moving deeper, evolving into what we call operating systems. This chart highlights the difference. On the left, additive software is just a tool layered on top of what you already do. On the right, an operating system becomes the workflow itself, the base layer that decisions and data run through. There is a strategic risk here. If you ignore this shift, your business will eventually be forced to run on a foundation built and controlled by a competitor. To understand where the power is going, we must look at the four distinct operating systems emerging in the housing ecosystem right now. Since the 90s, property technology has followed the money. Billions of dollars in investment have gone toward helping the professionals who write the checks. This grid shows the result of that focus. These top three categories, builder, brokerage, and agent, represent the mature side of the industry, where most innovation has happened. But looking at this map reveals a massive gap. There's almost no dedicated technology built to support the actual decision-making of the end consumer. This creates a choice for leaders and investors. You can keep refining the systems that make the professional side run faster, or you can build the foundation that changes how housing choices are actually made. Let's analyze the B2B landscape first, starting with the systems that manage housing at scale. This problem box shows the builder's reality, managing floor plans, lots, and pricing in silos. A builder OS creates a unified intelligence layer linking these parts. As noted below, the value is production efficiency, making the machine run faster, though invisible to the homebuyer. The brokerage OS serves a similar back-office function. It's designed to automate compliance, track agent commissions, and monitor recruiting pipelines across multiple markets. This system optimizes the business unit. It reduces legal liability and administrative overhead, but the individual consumer experience is largely unchanged by it. Then we have the individual level. The agent operating system is the most crowded and heavily funded category in the market. These platforms use AI for lead generation, dialers, and automated nurture sequences to keep the agent in front of potential clients. These are productivity tools. They are designed to increase transaction volume and commission velocity, prioritizing the agent's ability to capture a lead over the consumer's need for objective advice. While all three of these professional systems create massive efficiency, they share a strategic limit. They are built to optimize the transaction. To find the next opportunity, distinguish between a transaction and a decision. A transaction is a finite event ending at the closing table. A decision is a continuous personal process, starting years before calling an agent and continuing long after moving in. Most people assume current consumer portals are decision platforms. In reality, they are marketplaces designed to sell consumer attention as leads to professionals. Conflating these two things, the event and the process, is a massive strategic mistake. It leaves the most critical part of the homeowner's journey with no dedicated support system. This gap represents the consumer operating system. It is the largest piece of untouched territory in real estate tech. Look at these quadrants. Consumers are asking nuanced questions about long-term affordability, neighborhood safety, and renovation ROI. A simple search bar isn't built to navigate these complexities, honestly. This list shows what a true consumer OS requires. It must synthesize 6 different layers of data, from financial modeling to neighborhood intelligence, into one coherent experience. This is where AI moves past marketing copy and into true reasoning. It needs to look at the full complexity of a household situation to surface an optimal path forward. This blue box defines the shift. Instead of being pushed toward a specific agent, the consumer is empowered to ask what their best path forward is based on their unique goals and finances. Building this requires a major trade-off. You have to sacrifice the easy revenue of lead generation to earn the objective trust of the consumer. It is an ambitious undertaking because it fundamentally restructures where power and data accumulate in the housing market. When we plot these systems on an effort versus impact chart, the strategic directives for the next decade become clear. For real estate leaders, the brokerages and builders, your focus is here in the middle. With margin compression accelerating, adopting these operational systems is how you turn administrative complexity into a competitive advantage. To the PropTech founders looking at the agent sector, you are entering a saturated, heavily funded market. You'll be fighting for incremental productivity gains in a space that is already crowded with mature players. Survival in B2B tech now depends on extreme self-awareness. You're either providing the operational OS that ensures a company's survival, or you're fighting for pennies in an ocean. But for those willing to take on the maximum difficulty of the consumer OS, the prize is on a different scale. This data shows the scale of the target. We are looking at 96 million households managing $30 trillion in asset value. This $0 metric represents how much capital has actually been deployed to build a decision system for those households. The company that successfully builds the consumer OS becomes the primary decision layer for residential real estate, the trusted platform every other professional ultimately depends on. The most valuable platforms of the next decade will be the ones that guide 96 million households through the most consequential financial decisions of their lives. This has been Confidential Remarks.